Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'm going to make a whimsical rod pocket style curtain panel for my craft room. As you can see, this curtain is worse for wear. After hanging in the window for so many years, it has damage from the sun. It's currently 110 today in July. This is our season where we stay indoors. So I'm taking advantage of this time by making a new curtain with this whimsy fabric. So join me as I tackle this. Okay, let's make a rod pocket style curtain panel. So this is the one I had in my craft room that has over time shredded just from being in the window for so long. And then when I went to wash it, I probably should have put it in a garment bag, but I didn't. And it came out of the wash this way. I went back to Joann's, and of course, I mean, this is old. They didn't have it. And at first, I had got this to replace it, but it's not enough. So I went back and I got this. It's just a pink sheer. And so I'm just putting this in my craft room to help diffuse the light that comes in the window right above my desk. Otherwise, believe it or not, it feels too bright while I'm in there. So this is very simple to do. I'm just gonna, I'll cut off my selvage side, and then I'm going to measure off my original panel. And then you're gonna want to fold your sides under and make a seam all the way down. And then you're gonna take whatever length you need for your window, and you're gonna fold your ends under and run a seam across there. And then the same at the top. You're just gonna allow yourself room for your rod. Now you can have this as a flat panel that is just the length of your window, or you can have it as long as you want and then scrunch it all together. So I'm gonna keep this fairly flat. And then I was thinking, since I'm not able to use this, and it's really, it felt like more of like a whimsical feature for the window, and these are actual like little shears cut and folded into little butterflies on this flower. And depending on if this works or not, because you can see there is kind of an edge along this flower, if I can cut it out without fraying, I might. Just so, maybe not all of these, but just tack them on so that I don't lose the fabric that I bought, because I don't know what else I would use this for. So that's what I'm gonna do. So follow along and we'll make this curtain pocket rod together. Okay, I'm giving myself 3 inches at the top to fold that down, and fold under one more time to give me a clean edge right here. This will be on the back anyway, so you're not necessarily gonna see it, but it'll be a nice clean edge. And then I just have a tension rod to hold this up in the window frame. So it doesn't need to be this big, but it works. And if I ever need to change it, I have room. And then I'm gonna give myself 2 inches on the side, again, to roll my or fold my edges over and make a seam down the side. And then you want to do your sides first, and then you can fold your top down, and then whatever length you need, you'll fold that up, pin it, and then seam it across. And for those of you wondering, I like to eyeball things. I'm sorry, I don't precise measure, but if you need to measure and make your marks, you'd want to do that now. Okay, you guys can't see this, but I have a kitty cat that is wreaking havoc with this, so I'm gonna go put him away. Okay, this part is pinned. Now I'm going to do my edges. I've marked my top so I know where it's going to start at the top, and then I'm going to measure down and make my cut on that right now. I know my window is 35 inches. So I'm going to measure 37, and that'll give me a 2-inch hem at the bottom. Okay, so I've pinned my 37 inches from the top, or made marks with my pin. So I'm just gonna cut there. Okay, now that I have my length, I'm going to fold my sides in. Okay, I marked my top so I don't forget which one's the top. Which I guess in the end really wouldn't matter as long as whatever piece gives me my pocket, because my window is square. But as you go along, if you need to, I just have a pin at the top to know that that's the top. So I'm going to finish the bottom, and I'll fold down the top, and then I'm just going to sew it all the way around, and it should be done. The longest and the tedious part is always measuring and pinning / clipping, whatever it is you use to hold your fabric. And I like to start in the center and work my way out. But I've also heard people call this tunnel. I'm not sure about that, but needless to say, it is all come together, and so I'm going to start and go across here, and then I'm not sure why I'm having technical difficulties. As I thought I was recording. So I'm just going to put this back in and show you that what I'm saying is that for shears, what you want to do is that you have a smaller needle to go through your fabric, a 16/8 but a 7/10 will work. I'm not sure if it's jersey. Style needles, 70/10, and then when you start, you don't want to back stitch. So to help us out, what we can do is showing your stitch length to 1.6 in the area that you want to normally back stitch, and then when you get into the main body of your stitching area, you can go ahead and change it back up to a 2. And then what I was showing is that I just, and you may choose to do this differently or differently, but I just line up the edge with my foot and keep that as a straight line, a straight pocket all the way down. And then I had enough fabric fold under so that the needle would catch it coming up. So it's not right on the edge. I just lined up the fabric to the edge of my foot. And then when you get down to the bottom, same thing, you want to change your your length from a 2 to a 1.6. So I already got all the way to the end. And now this is even easier. I'm just going to start up here from where I sewed across for the pocket and just sew down and around all the way around. And you want to make sure you don't start at the top and sew yourself in shut. But start from here. And I'm going to just line it up in the center. And again, use my edge along my foot to keep a straight line. And I have enough fabric folded under so that the needle will catch it and we'll have a straight edge. So for this little bit, I'm just going to keep it at the 2.0. Okay, same thing. I just stopped about halfway and I'm going to rotate it, pivot, and finish. This is the last side, so we're almost done. And for this one, I'm just going to line up my foot on the edge of this piece right here. hopefully you can see it's nice and tight at the top. It's not too short on the sides. There's a little bit of gather at the top, and then it just hangs right at the bottom of the window. So that came out perfect. Now to put everything back. So I may see if I can cut these out and sew these on just for a more whimsical look. And if so, then I'll add it to the end of this video. But if not, then... Okay, so I cut one out. It actually looks very good. Like, I think the flower part is probably like screen printed on. I'm sure it's not screen print, but to that effect. So it's not fraying the edges is my point. And then there's this cute butterfly already there. So I'm just gonna cut a bunch of these out, and then I'm gonna tack them on with a couple, just hand sewing on. And then I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm just gonna fussy cut this out. I cut out a chunk, and I'm just gonna take my scissors and go along the edge. If you haven't fussy cut before, fussy cutting is where you hold your scissors stationary and then you move the fabric or whatever material it is. It could be paper, and then you just cut your design out. Okay, so I'm going to do a bunch of these off camera. There it is, and it's a very simple process, and I hope you find this useful. And as always, if you enjoy this content and you would like to see more or help me out, subscribe. That would be a big deal to me, and give it a thumbs up so that YouTube can know to spread it around. So until next time, thanks for watching.